We are the super professionals here.
Welcome, ladies and gents. This is the Tuesday show. I am Tasty Steve.
I'm James Chen.
I thought I'd be finished eating by now, but...
Come on, get it out.
Okay, hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Everybody.
Welcome
How's
back.
everybody going?
Oh, I can't do that.
Dude,
line.
you don't even... Dude, the stream doesn't even know. The reason why I made that professional joke is you don't even know what happened before the stream.
You guys didn't even see it, and I'm glad you didn't see it.
I'm glad I didn't see it. Anyways.
But back to business.
you can explain it.
So, all right, well, I'm going to just to make sure we're all on the same page. So I sat down, and I looked down, right? And David has on like these really like atrocious shorts, right? Now I didn't know they were shorts at the time, but it turns out they were. And he gets up to go to like wash his hands from eating, and I was like, wow, I thought David had on really ugly pajama pants, but it turns out they're just really ugly shorts. So we have a laugh, and then
Steve.
And then I look over there, and I was like, also your fly is open.
And then he comes out with the best part of this scenario is that he's going raw dog. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. No underwear for Ultra David. Ultra Raw David should be. Not just joking.
So I repeat what I said.
let me
I'm glad I didn't see it. Okay.
Let me explain myself.
Okay, all right, let's go.
I haven't done laundry in 2.5 weeks.
Oh, okay, all right. That's okay.
And today I got 10 hours of sleep, and then I had a billion hours of work to do. And I'm still not done with it. I'm going to go back after the show and finish more work.
Yeah,
so
I'm actually going to do some more work.
I haven't had time to do anything.
I'm just gonna go.
There you go.
You actually have to do work too, in the form of packing.
I have to pack.
I have an ant crawling.
Really? Jesus.
Okay.
Gross. You're gross.
I know.
That's how
Steve,
gross
God.
you are.
What?
This guy. Can you
these
believe it?
Neanderthals that I'm working
Oh,
Can you
with.
my
believe it?
God.
He's crawling with ants.
Got Captain Ant and Commando over here that I gotta deal with too.
Okay. all right.
Captain Ant and Commando.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
All right,
Yeah.
nice. Anyway, there's no Sejan because he's still in the Chicago area.
That's right. He stuck around. Actually, we left him there. We abandoned him. We're rid of him.
Yeah, dude. Finally, I saw him running on the airport like landing strip, like wait for me, and I was like, go faster, and then he took off. I was just joking.
Yeah, he's still there to do, whatever he's doing.
That'll handle business.
Yeah, but then he's also going
He's got
straight to
stuff.
Philly.
Yeah, he's going to Philly too.
Wizard World is going to be this coming weekend, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
So today we're going to talk about Ibuki and Gargos. We're going to talk about Combo Breaker results. We're also going to talk about some BS that happened at Combo Breaker and get into that. And then we'll talk about upcoming events, game news, community news, all that stuff. Who got sponsored? Who didn't get sponsored?
Actually, I think there's only like one new sponsor. Anyways, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
get there.
So let's talk about Ibuki and Gargos. So Ibuki, I mean, there's a little bit of drama here. I mean, it's May. May is done, right? We're all gone from, one more day of May, right? But there was no Ibuki, and they were all like, we're going to have a character every month, or whatever, etc., etc. No Ibuki. They kind of announced on the Japanese side that she is officially delayed. Then the Capcom Twitter officially announced that she's going to be delayed and coming out late June along with the story mode enhancement. A lot of people are mad about that. I mean, they're like, you promised us, and what good is our season pass doing, and all this other stuff. What do you guys feel about it?
I feel like this is a fresh take on their business model. We've seen other companies do this, but the thing about it is Capcom is new to this. They have a new game that's I'm pretty sure their business model is really centered around this. The fact that they're not doing such a good job, it is a little telling.
Yeah.
It's telling just maybe of the fact that they're new to this format of releasing a character.
Right.
Even more so, being a console game with a heavy, I guess, league kind of following, where we as competitors and commentators, we depend on a certain thing, kind of got them caught up with making sure we're taken care of first. Because I feel like that's what happened. I feel like Capcom said, hey, FGC, we're going to take care of you guys first. Now, on the back end, it kind of pushes the casual audience to the side. And now it's kind of catching up to both of us. It's not only affecting their casual audience and their casual, it's affecting the FGC too, because I guess we kind of depended on those characters to, you know, further along the interest of the game, you know, validate a purchase, whatnot, etc., etc.
And some people are saying that this might mean Ibuki might be banned from Evo if she doesn't come out in time, right?
Yeah, she would be, right? I mean, barring
Yeah.
some weird exception, but Evo tends not to give any exceptions out, so yeah. Look, it sucks. It's definitely in keeping with how things have gone throughout SF5's launch. I think you're right that they did try to take care of the FGC first, and so they released the game before the CPT started so that we would just have SF5 before the CPT.
I actually not sure if that's the reason for them doing it.
Oh,
I
yeah?
really do honestly believe just because businesses are businesses that it's about the fiscal year.
Well, I
they
think-
want to get it out before the fiscal year was
Okay,
over,
that would also
so-
make sense.
I think we should go without saying. I think we should, you know, preface this with the fact that we can't speak for any kind of company. We're only speaking
Yeah,
for
we don't
ourselves.
know.
Oh, yeah.
This is just us thinking. Speculation.
Yeah, we don't get that kind of insider info. So, in any case, it was launched too early. Like clearly, it's out too early for whatever reason, and they just have not been able to catch up, and it just seems like that's continuing. And this is in part with that. Not just the story mode, but the store isn't out yet, and each of the characters has been kind of late, or their trailer came out too late, or whatever it was,
not at all.
or not at all. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, people were playing Alex before his trailer was out, right? So I don't know. That's just how they've been doing it. It's disappointing. You know, it's upsetting. I feel bad for the people who bought a season pass, and now there's like no reason to have done that because the characters are coming out for free and or are delayed.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess people. There's you know, you can't buy things on the store. Like, what's the deal with not having the stage transitions in yet? Like, you know, they're in there, but they don't work. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot of really strange stuff, and again, this is part of that. This is in keeping with that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, like, I guess I'm not as frustrated as a lot of other people. I know a lot of people are gonna be mad at me for trying to, like, I'm not trying to defend them, but it's just, you can definitely see a lot of things happening. Like, basically what I said earlier on social media was, I think everyone's just kind of picturing Capcom, like, leaning in recliner chairs, smoking cigars, and laughing about stuff, right? I can just imagine they're all probably running around, like, with chickens with their heads cut off right now.
That's true.
Probably
They're frantic.
Oh,
They're
I'm sure,
probably
yeah,
freaking
of course.
out. And what game has actually legitimately released a new fighter every month? Like, it's a month, right? A lot of other games, they add characters, but they come every once in a while.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
And not
yeah,
only...
I guess.
And
Well, that is true. But KI
but
had
they,
like
Did they do it every month? Or was
Well,
it
like
a little bit...
during their release, as they're releasing things, yeah.
Because to be honest with you, I have this weird feeling that... Because the way Alex came out, I've always said this, that Alex looks really janky.
Yes.
Like, I feel like he was rushed out, right? And so a lot of people are sitting here saying things like, oh, you know, you should have delayed Street Fighter V, right? I have the funny feeling maybe Ibuki wasn't quite ready yet, and so it just took them longer. And judging by the poster, how the schedule was supposed... This is my tinfoil hat theory.
okay.
This is my tinfoil hat theory, but judging by the poster, I have a funny feeling Balrog was supposed to come out, because that was the order that they had them listed, right?
Yeah.
Somehow I just feel like partway through, like maybe they couldn't get Balrog balanced, or there's just something super glitchy about him they couldn't fix. So they're like, well, we almost have Ibuki done. Let's get her out. Let's get her out before May is done, and they just couldn't get it out in time.
That might be right. I'm all for them delaying things if they think
Right.
things need to be delayed. In retrospect, I wish they had just delayed the whole game, like half a year. But
Yeah, that's true.
in any case, they didn't, and they committed themselves to a timeline that they're not meeting.
Right.
So, on top of them, you know, having to delay for whatever reason, really wish that they would just put out more of a reasoning. If they would talk with us more.
Yes.
Finally, that
I
did
agree.
happen on
I
Twitter
agree.
to some degree when the Street Fighter Twitter said that it's going to be delayed, whatever, and that they'll try to be more in contact with us in the future. But I don't really know why that took a blow up to make happen. I feel like that should just be the thing.
My thing is, and I think this is where it comes in, I think it's the fact that they feel like they're more accountable to the shareholders.
Well,
and if they feel like, hey, you guys are giving these updates on this end, what about our updates? Even if it's not saying they're not communicating that or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Just saying that, hey, we have this game is going to be out. This is how we're going to release things.
Right.
And I feel like if they got to the point where they weren't going to meet that, that they have a lot more to explain to say, their bosses than they do to us. I'm on your side with that too.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a bit tight about the fact that we don't have a Ibuki.
Right.
I am.
Uh-huh.
However, what they're doing is kind of I feel like putting a game like that in the limelight and saying, "Hey, we're gonna have this," is just a feat in itself. That's really difficult to say. We're gonna have these characters unless it was done years in advance. You know what I mean, or months in advance.
Exactly.
These characters are gonna be ready.
Were mostly done already, right? Yeah.
And it's not really looking like that. I mean, I'm only okay with it because, hear me out, we don't have to play any more Street Fighter 4. Just saying, I hated that game, but whatever.
Yeah, you never liked it, right?
Dude, I tried.
Very early on.
I tried, like very early on. Shout outs to Josh the Funk Doc for legitimately. I went to a MWC when Street Fighter 4 came out, and he beat me. And he was like, "There's no point in when this game is gonna be what you want it to be, even for me, because you played these games before." And I was like, "Oh man, that just blew my mind." And I came back when they announced Cody, and I was like, "I'm gonna try it again." But at that point, it was too far gone. It was too late. So,
well, there's a couple of things I do want to address, right?
Yeah, sure.
So one, some people in the chat were saying like they played it on Winner Stays On today. Combo Fiend had a build, so obviously Ibuki's ready to go, right?
She's ready to go.
It's a dev build, right?
Yep.
It's dev build, and the way that the process works, it's not like you can be like, oh, we're done with the patch, boom, it's available, right? There's all this stupid process that you have to go through with Microsoft and Sony and stuff. Obviously not Microsoft, because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but no, you're right. There's an authentication process and all that stuff, approval processes that have to be done. Yeah.
Right. And there was something else I wanted to say.
Takes like a month.
I can't remember what it was that I was going to bring up anymore.
Look, I like Street Fighter 4. That's the game I've played most of any individual video game for sure. But it was time. I agree that I was looking forward to Street Fighter 5 because I felt it was time for a change.
Right.
But if it had happened that we played Street Fighter 4 for another year, I wouldn't have been upset about it. Like Ultra had just come out like a year before, and there was probably a lot of development still left in the game.
The gameplay was still really good.
The gameplay was still good. Like the top players were really interesting. There were a ton of players, so I feel like that wouldn't have been bad. Like it wouldn't have been a new thing. But I think that if in retrospect I had no expectation that Street Fighter 5 was coming out, I think I would have been still pretty happy about Street Fighter 4.
True. That's 100% true. I agree.
Yeah. Probably should have waited, but let me say, for gameplay release purposes, they probably should have waited. Who knows what the financial things were? I don't know.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, it wasn't even gameplay, because the gameplay is fine.
The gameplay is fine.
I mean, I like it overall, of course. The lag.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's everything around the game, remember? Yeah.
Right.
So I think the gameplay is fine, but it's just everything around
it. Of course, I really like
it. Problem.
Yeah.
Right. So. And also another thing too is like a lot of people are saying the season pass isn't going to be valid, right? Like, what did I get a season pass for? If I'm not mistaken, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, when they announced that Guile and Alex were coming out, they're only free until the story comes up.
People still have to pay for those, and the people with the season pass, even though the other people are playing it, you still get those characters for free. So I mean, we talked about this before, where like in Gear they give you those characters for a certain amount of time for free, and you get them permanently.
Right.
But in the case of Street Fighter 5, unless you have that season pass, the minute those things are all up, you're gonna have to shell that money out anyway.
So if you have a season pass, you're
still in the green. I haven't even bought a season pass yet, and
I haven't either.
So,
but as soon as the store comes out, you don't get Guile and Alex anymore. You don't get Guile stage anymore. You don't get Ibuki anymore. You have to pay for them if you don't have a season pass. That's what I was under the impression.
I think you're right.
So, yeah. So the season pass still matters.
Yeah,
right?
it
There's
definitely
still a point
matters.
for the season pass. So.
I suppose it's just being delayed. Its usefulness is being delayed.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Anyway, all this kind of sucks, but again, it's in keeping with how things have gone.
Well, hopefully, I mean, this is my last piece I'll say about it. Hopefully, this will give them time to correct things.
Agreed.
Like, them pushing back Ibuki. Think about it, and this is me being completely logical about it. The fact that they push back Ibuki means that they're going to have time to work on those other characters, which means we might get those characters in the time fashion with trailers at the proper announced time.
That would be nice.
Because they get this extra allotted of time. So, hopefully this
I mean,
nips all
they
in the
keep
bud.
saying that there's big stuff coming in June along with the story mode. They keep hinting like there's more to it, and I wish they wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, you would rather them just be like, yeah, it's coming. I mean, I feel like
I just wish that if there was more than the story mode and Ibuki coming out, don't say it until it comes out, because at this point they've overpromised way too many times.
Okay.
Right, and just honestly, that was the other thing I wanted to say, was that I feel like right now one of the biggest issues with them being open about it and discussing it is, I bet you anything all of Capcom USA wants to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I bet you Capcom Japan is like, no. Because it's a very different culture.
Yeah.
See, in America, we can sit here and go, look, we tried to get her out by 5/31. We couldn't. Sorry, we want to make sure she's balanced and no glitches. We found a couple of bugs. Japan is probably like, if we admit that this is a problem, it will be shame and it'll be embarrassing.
Maybe.
And we can't admit this. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's a clash of cultures right now.
Yeah.
And the reason why companies like NRS and Iron Galaxy and Lab Zero are so forthcoming and open, I really honestly think it's just a big cultural difference.
Could be, man.
Right? So if they can, honestly, yeah, it would be 100% better if they were just like, sorry, dude, like, it's not coming out. We messed up. We promise it'll be worth it when it comes out.
Yeah.
You know, but they can't do it unless Capcom Japan says that they can. Right?
That's true.
So,
yeah. I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
hopefully, when we get the character, like I said, hopefully this delay corrects what's gonna come down the pipeline, and hopefully this big thing that they're teasing is actually worth the wait. I mean, I'm all for surprises.
No, I'm shooting,
I'm
killing my
understand.
expectations down
All right.
as low
You
as
gotta lower it.
humanly
Okay,
possible.
all right.
Yeah.
Look, let me just put it this way: if the next update that they said the big thing is Birdie's chain no longer clips, like,
I would
that
lose
would be
it. I would be
happy.
like, I would be so sick.
So happy, dude. I would be like the
I'd be down for
happiest
that.
person.
That'd be great.
You know, but
Again,
I'm not keeping my hopes
look,
up.
I like the game a lot. I'm gonna stick with it because I like it.
Okay.
If you don't like it, if all these problems are too much for you, plenty of great games right now. And if you really do hate what's going on in Capcom, you know, play those games. I mean, you should be playing them anyway or trying them anyway. But if you're not, this is the time to check them out because it's a golden age going on, and you should play what you like. And if you don't like a thing, you should try another thing.
We'll get into it a little bit, but Revelator. Yeah.
Okay, plenty of good stuff.
Gargos.
Well, we haven't actually talked about Ibuki.
Oh, we haven't talked about it.
Oh yeah,
You're
that's
right,
true.
you're
We
right.
just talked about the problems surrounding Ibuki.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
boy.
Okay,
Oh,
Ibuki.
boy.
So shout outs to Logan Sama and F Word and everybody over at Winter Stays On because they gave us an excellent display earlier. I don't know how much you guys caught of it.
Yeah, a little bit.
I couldn't watch
Briefly.
it. I'm at work, so.
I think it was really cool. The character definitely changes the dynamic of the game with a lot of like the cancelable normals, the V skills.
First character with a sub meter.
Yeah,
That's
with
true.
A customized UI. Right?
yeah, that's actually
So-
pretty cool. That's like
That's
ever in Street Fighter, right?
That's like, oh no,
I think that's like ever in Street Fighter. That's like the first.
that can't be true.
It might be true.
I'm pretty
Not
sure.
any of them?
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but in
Holy
Street
crap.
Fighter history, 2, 3, even Alpha, not including the EX series, that Ibuki is the first character in Street Fighter
That has a sub.
that has a sub meter.
I guess you're right. Like there have been characters that have to refill things, but there's no
On-screen
little
indicator.
on-screen thing. Yeah, you're right.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Exactly.
Because like Ki
Actually,
and Guilty Gear are customized meter heaven basically.
that's
Yeah,
true.
like Blaze Blue, every character has some crap.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? They do, right?
They do. That's 100% true. They do. So I mean, but yeah, the character, she looks really cool. She's
Yeah,
really
she does.
unique. I feel like she is truly a Street Fighter 5 character. Like we have all these other characters that have all this crazy stuff with the easier inputs, whatnot, etc., etc. But I feel like as a new character goes, and besides the fact that she doesn't have like slide, neck snap, and kicks, which I'm stupid, I might be, but I always account that to the fact that this game takes place before Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 4 being the example because they're not naturally. That's my personal opinion. I think that's the reason
It'll all be explained in the story mode.
Really? Oh, yay! No. Oh.
Probably not.
I mean, I like the fact that they're willing to change them up like that.
Yeah, me too.
That's what gave us awesome Dalsum, awesome Zangief.
Totally,
right?
man.
Like that's why I'm bored with Cammy, because Cammy's the same thing, right? So I like that they changed Ibuki.
Me too.
I think she's really interesting. I love the kunai system.
Yes.
How she basically has 6 kunais, and dude, her reloading animation is like the most adorable thing ever.
Yeah.
Like she literally goes into her bag and like pulls out
Yeah.
kunais and goes wee, and then you see how many you pull out.
Kind of Mega
so.
Man style. I like that.
Yeah,
It's cool.
dude. It's really funny. I think she's really neat, interesting design.
Yeah, I think she looks like the most different of any character in Street
Oh,
Fighter
yeah.
5 so far. Probably going to be a bunch of crazy setups with that bomb into side teleport, or like jump in, attack, or it's a kunai and it's like which side are you going to be on, just like in Street Fighter 4. Stuff like that's probably going to happen. So I think there's going to be a lot of really interesting stuff in there. She seems like she might be tough to balance just because she does have
That's
so
true.
much stuff.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
again, if that extra month
Dude,
lets them do it, high five.
It looks like that once you activate the V trigger, she throws out a bomb, but then you get one more bomb.
That's right.
So as long as you use it one more time before it finishes draining.
And she can move it. She can detonate it with bombs, and she can move it with her V skill.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that's crazy.
I just saw
super
them
cool.
kick it. Like it's like very Shinko.
Oh, so it's like kind of like in Alpha 3, you know how Blanca had the best, the best super ever, where he would shake the tree. Oh, that was sick. No, I figured that would be his jam.
No, that's cool. Yeah.
I'm thinking that's kind of the.
Here's a little secret. The best thing about that super, there's a couple of supers in Alpha 3. They start it, and when he reaches the ceiling, that's when the meter drains, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you played Dramatic Battle, 2 characters versus the computer, one person could activate it, and before he reaches the ceiling, the other guy could activate a level 3, and then he would reach the ceiling
So
and
they
still
get
trigger
double,
the
so they
level
would
3.
get all the.
So you
That's
get both
cheap.
level 3.
That's pretty
yeah.
sick.
Yeah, you could do 2 level 3s at the same time. I think Cammy's Killer Bee Assault was another one.
Okay.
Did not know that. Little exploit.
Yeah, little tricks there.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, Ibuki looks really interesting, I think. I'm looking forward to trying her out. This character I almost never care about, but those extra setups and the additional tools I think are really cute. So.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about Street Fighter 5. There's like tons of I never thought I would be into Guile.
Right.
That's what we said this before. This is one of the same examples for me. Like the character, the fact that she, I figured I'm like, Ibuki's a ninja, and I'm all for ninjas, and I'm like, there's nothing really that they're gonna do to make me care about this. And then she started doing the hand seals, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
someone talked to them.
Yeah.
Someone told them that was in, and now they're putting it in. And I think that's really cool.
That is really cool. Yeah. Anyway, very very cool looking character.
I'm glad her default costume isn't even her ninja costume. It's just
It's
her.
true.
It's just her. It's her Street Fighter 4 alternate dress, i.e., also her Street Fighter 3 ending outfit, also
Oh, yeah.
in the Udon comics. So I just think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. Anything else to say about Ibuki?
Be
Ibuki?
nice to actually.
I don't know. I just can't wait to play her. Stupid Capcom and their delays.
Okay, well, if you don't like Capcom or Ibuki, there's another game out.
Oh, what's that?
That's Killer Instinct, as well as others. And they're getting a new character as well, which is Gargos.
Gargos.
Have you seen Gargos?
Yeah, we kind of touched on this last week,
We
right?
did. We talked about that he was coming out, and that some of us were able to play him early.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him yet. I haven't gotten.
Oh, you haven't actually messed with him?
I haven't messed with him
either.
because I legitimately just got my controller this past weekend.
Oh,
so
yeah.
now I'm gonna be able to play.
Oh, you got a controller.
I got a
Okay,
controller.
cool,
Shout outs to
cool.
Mark.
Oh, can we play KI now?
I just have to. I'm trying to set up my Xbox Live account and the whole 9. So give me some time, but
Sure.
I guarantee you
Yeah.
we can play.
And I also need to like get down in training mode and remember how to play the game, and then I will be willing.
That's I'm like we'll put like this. Unless like I'm gonna go look at like Sajam's tutorials. Like I'm legit. That's what I'm
I
gonna
did
do.
that.
That's not a plug. I'm just gonna
I
do
did
it.
that too.
That's
Because
how I
he's
learn
really
all the
knowledgeable in the game.
characters,
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna touch the characters that I know I want to play, and then I'm gonna touch the newer characters. The only thing is I don't have to. The happy thing is that I don't have to worry about all these changes. I'm going in with these characters
Oh,
as
that's right.
is,
Yeah.
and I don't have to worry about will they change this. I'm like
Same. Yeah. I people keep mentioning like, oh man, this is a new thing in season 3. Blah blah blah, it's different, and I'm like, I don't know.
Really,
Doesn't bother me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I really wish we had more opinions on Gargos. It's too bad we didn't have someone on our team that's like really into KI and everything.
Yeah, somebody who like has personally played Gargos and was given a chance to play him early, and probably is doing that right now.
And probably still being really selfish.
Yeah.
Well, look, I watched a bunch of it, and I think he is a fascinatingly crazy character.
I think he's one of, if not the most Killer Instinct character they've released in a long time. Because a lot of people, and I've said this to multiple people, I'm not a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of guest characters, especially if they don't belong in your universe.
Right.
Really kind of.
But Gargos is from the KI.
No, that's the thing. That's why I said. So, like, the first thing that's really cool about Gargos to me is the fact that he definitely, like, is bigger than all the other characters. Like, he's legit just huge.
Except for Argonauts.
Yeah, he's like that similar height though.
He's like they're almost the same
he's like
height.
arbiter height.
The thing, and on top of that is like, since he's really embedded in like the KI lore, like I love that too. Okay. And even in his trailer, I don't know if you guys saw it, he talks about the setup to everything that's happened. He's like, I've even corrupted your strongest heroes, talking about like Shadow Jago. And he's like, the guys that was meant to protect you, like I took away his memories. And he's talking about your boy, the
Tusk?
Yeah, he's talking about Tusk. He's I took away his memories to do that. And I was like, holy crap, this is so sick. Okay. He's like, and now the time is. And he's like, comes down and he's like, Gargos. I'm like, oh, that's kind of sick. All right, guys, all right, let's keep it going, you know?
Yeah. Good lore. Good lore
it's like, I really like that. Like, that's part of the reason, like, I play certain games, because the lore is so sick. Go check out that trailer if you haven't, please. And the fact that he has minions.
Yes.
The pitchfork minion
takes
2 hits. We like I said, takes 2 hits. Then you have like the tank minion that takes 3 hits.
Yep.
Oh my god.
You can like mildly control both of them, and you can combo off of them, and they can interrupt the opponent's combo. Right. And so okay, he has those. By the way, I love on the reveal how they like kept doing all these things. They were like, okay, here's the character, and then they were like, but what if there's something else? And it was like, oh yeah, he does actually have like full screen other levels. Like yeah, like he does actually have whatever else. And then it turns out that he has multiple jumps that are like kind of flighty. He has slow walk speed, but he has a lot of far range things. Right. And then it turns out also he has a command grab and he's a grappler.
It's really cheap. It's super cheap.
Yeah, and then they were like, well, the chat. This is what the KI people were saying. The chat, as they were introducing this, was like, well, what about the characters that are shown at the start, like those 2 little dudes that come running out when he lands? Like, are they just for show? And they were like, well, what if they're in the game? And I was like, no, he already sounds ridiculous. Yeah. What are you guys doing?
I mean,
but
that's
they're in there
again. That justifies the combo breaker system. I still talk to a lot of people when I try to tell them to play KI. They're like, I hate the combo breaker system because I want to get rewarded for landing a hit. And I'm like, dude, it's not hard to land a hit in this game.
Yeah,
that's
that game's
the thing.
Crazy.
It's so cheap. So the mix-up goes from being in the, like, there's 2 levels of mix-up. There's the neutral mix-up, and then there's the combo mix-up, right? So that's what kind of makes it okay.
Yeah.
And then also, you said it, like, if like the character feels very Killer Instinct-y. Yeah. Like, you know, I don't want to stroke his ego, but I'm just gonna say that all the characters, it just feels very Keatsy.
It's very Keatsy.
Really? Yeah.
Really.
Look, this is Keats' favorite character.
Yeah. He loves doing weird things like this, and it feels like to me, Gargos was like the character they said, all right, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And he was like,
all right,
everything.
He whittled us down.
Yeah.
Go crazy. He was like, I've already got a blueprint.
You know, he has like full screen normals, and he's got all sorts of crap.
So dumb.
But Keats was saying like the problem is that he doesn't have very good mid-range control. He's like good far or close. Not very fast walk speed, so he approaches in the air. But like, you know, you can anti-air people, obviously. I don't know. We'll see how it all plays out. He seems like a fascinating character.
I think I'm seriously, I can't wait to actually play him myself.
Yeah,
I just want to, like I said, this is going to be a whole new experience for me anyway, because like I've only very slightly touched the game.
Oh, damn it, really Keats is in the chat.
Of course Keats is in the chat.
He's going to tune out in 5 minutes. Well, maybe we'll stick around for the combo breaker.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm severely in, like I can't wait to play the game and play with all the characters.
Yeah.
I need to, kind of get the game first, though, Keith, since you're paying attention, or Microsoft, or whoever I need to talk to. I do want to get it, but I have like a little build thing, so I should be fine. I got like season 2, season 3, something like that. Okay. But I'm definitely gonna play it, and I'm gonna play with these guys.
Let me ask you a question.
You are.
What character interests you the most right now?
Hisako and Cinder.
Okay.
I'm telling you now.
Cinder is definitely a steal.
Yeah, dude, that's what he's saying. Like, I have to play him. Like, even Seijan was like, even the stuff he says is stupid stuff you would say. I'm like, okay, got it. I'm in.
No, I think everyone wants to play Hisako.
Dude, she's so cool.
I want to play Hisako. So, that's one of the characters I want to play.
She's really interesting.
I want to keep playing Thunder. And I'm not going to lie, I know you don't like guest characters, but I actually found Rash to be super interesting.
Look, I love Rash. I love that character. I love his implementation into the game. I just don't like it. I don't know how to explain it.
No, you're a lore guy.
I'm a lore guy.
That's all you have to say,
I think,
right?
but like this, that was godlike to me. The fact that they put Rash in that game legit was like, it made me happy.
Right.
And then I was just like, but give him something else. Like,
what about Arbiter?
I hate
You don't
Halo.
like it?
So,
okay.
I like the story of Halo. I don't like the Halo games.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So is
That's
that one of
okay.
the reasons why you don't like BlazBlue is because every character is actually Noelle?
Basically. No, that's an entire other discussion of being let down by the people who made that game. It's too much crap.
It's like one of them is Noelle from the future.
Yeah.
One from the
to a
future,
robot.
fetus Noelle, mommy Noelle,
Exactly.
alternate time. Stupid. God, it's
Earth
so dumb.
2 Noelle, Earth 3 Noelle,
Darkest Timeline,
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm Noelle that
Something
lost
like
her
that.
parents really early in her life. Who cares? Get over it.
any case, no, it makes sense that you're a lord. I mean, are you planning to pick up anyone else besides Tush?
Yes. Once I get finished with the tush as much as possible, I'm gonna, I think, play. Well, I'll tell you this. Keats told me that the next character to be announced is definitely a character for me. So okay, I guess I'll keep an eye on that. But in the meantime, I have actually started working on Aganos.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Dude, Argonos
okay.
is I feel like
Argonos
Argonos
is
is
super
definitely
cool.
one of
Well,
your
Keats,
cats.
Keats actually said Aganos is another like Tush that you can actually kind of ignore the combo system with.
It seems like an interesting character. I definitely want to pick up Conra because I feel like that's a great character.
Okay.
We'll see. There's
So
a lot of
after-
really interesting choices.
After you're finished wiping people with your Tush, then you're ready to go on to another character.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Sounds good. All right.
One of the best compliments that has ever been received by a Street Fighter character was given this weekend.
Okay.
And that was, she looks pretty good. She's not Gargos, but, looks pretty good. Courtesy of Adam Hart.
Keats said that about Ibuki.
About Ibuki.
If he compliments a character,
That character's
especially
golden.
one
Oh,
in
man.
Street Fighter, yeah.
That's golden, because Keats is a pretty harsh critic.
The only bigger compliment to a Street Fighter character could be if Mike Z said that.
Yo, if Mike Z said that, I would legit run to the nearest place to pray. I don't even know what I
would
want to
just
do.
I'd be like, "Are you okay, Mike? Like, are you sick right now? Have you drank?"
check his pockets for all that Capcom
Yeah,
money.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
Mom.
Exactly.
Are you wearing a gold chain? No, dude. Is that your Ferrari?
Yeah, I know. That's a nice car you got all of a sudden there, Mike
No.
Z. So yeah.
Are you on a hoverboard? Psh, dude, I'm out of here. He like takes off.
Mike Z.
That was odd. Did Mike Z seem a little different to you?
Oh man. All right. Well.
It reminds me of that Simpsons clip where Homer is the giant man of gold.
And he has the chain.
Yeah. Look closer, Lenny. Oh, I see. You're a giant man of gold.
That Simpsons used to be so good. Oh, man.
Great show. Anyway, both characters are coming out at some point. My Tush is super good. Personally, I believe that I have a top 3 Tusk in the world.
I wouldn't doubt it, to be honest with you. So.
That's right.
This David guy's kind of...
That's right.
He's shining with
Believe
his
it.
douchiness.
I've
It's
watched
just
other Tusks, and I believe
radiating.
that my Tusk is better than almost everybody's.
Yeah, you know what? I'm on David's side, but we're gonna enter him in a tournament.
Why?
No, it's cool.
what
You
do you-
should enter at CEO. You know what? I'll enter you at CEO. You want me to do that?
Yeah.
I'll talk to Joe Bailey, and I guarantee you, I will enter David in Killer Instinct.
All right, look, you already got so mad at you, right? What did you think of Shin Tristan's Tusk?
I love his.
Wow, you were trying so hard.
I love his thunder.
So you're saying his tush is
Great
nothing
thunder.
to gawk at? No? All right. Oh, right.
All right.
Rock hard.
Solid tush.
All right.
A rock hard tush, huh? Bounce a quarter off that tush. That's how good it is.
That's his team, right? If he's gonna play Aganos and
That's true.
Tush,
Oh, man.
it's the rock
I'm
hard
interested.
tush.
Now I really want to see you play. Now I need to learn the game so you can body me with your tush.
There's just a gold mine here. So we can keep digging. I'm sure we'll find some good nuggets.
Steve is entering David's tush and see.
Okay, Rena Turnip wins. That's
That-
it. That's
All right,
the end of
you
that's
got it. You
that's
got it. But you have to enter under Tasty Ultra David.
Tasty.
Tasty
How about just
Ultra
Tasty David?
No.
No.
Not good enough.
Nah.
Tasty Ultra David.
Tasty Ultra
Okay.
David.
Hey man, do what you gotta do.
Whatever. But you're gonna enter. I'm gonna make sure of it. Anyways.
Okay.
So what do we got next?
Combo. Do you want to take a break?
Let's take a
before we-
break.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when we come back, we're gonna talk about Combo Breaker, a fantastic event. Spoilers. And then after that, we're gonna talk about the other stuff on the right.
Advanced games and community. So, all right, be right back.
Yeah, I can't wait to play that game. I really can't. I'm really happy.
I mean, the only thing that I did was before going to Combo Breaker, I actually sat down and messed with all the Season 3 characters.
Oh.
Just so I